You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with Lyndia Grant.
Your one listeners, thank you for tuning in to The Lyndia Grant Show. We are here back again this Friday. I'm so excited to be here. We have a good show lined up for you this week. We are going to talk to Dr. Julian Malvo first, but we also have as our guest on the second half, in honor of Juneteenth, which is coming up next week, a play for free at the John F. Kennedy Center. It's called Until I'm Free, the Fannie Lou Hamer story. And there's a young woman by the name of Zachariah Manigault who is playing Fannie Lou Hamer. And the executive director is Miss Jackie Carter. So just listen in for it, but the tickets are going to be free, and I think you will be excited to come and see them perform at the Kennedy Center. Now let's go to Dr. Julian Malvo. She is a speaker extraordinaire, Dr. J. I'm not going to try to talk about all the good things you've been doing because there's so much going on the news. I couldn't even turn my TV off. I tried to get away from it, but I had to listen this time. So help us to know what in the world is happening out there in politics, please.
Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, thank you for keeping us work up for these opportunities for us to talk about these politics. And I hope people are listening. They hear my small snippet and take it and talk to their friends about it. Because we are notoriously under-involved about what's going on. Now, what's going on in L.A.? The Governor Gavin Newsom didn't ask for him. Mayor Karen Bass did not ask for him. But the man who lives in the house that enslaved people built, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
He decided that he's going to put 700 Marines and 4,400 National Guard in Los Angeles. Now, as of Tuesday, they were not there yet. Mayor Karen Bass gave several excellent press statements and she said, what are the Marines going to do? I don't know. The Marines can't arrest anybody, so what are they doing in L.A.? But the reason why people, as of Tuesday was 4 straight days of protest, and I imagine that they will continue. What ICE has been doing is going to high school graduations, to day care centers, to old folks' homes, and basically arresting people and deporting them. And it's heartless. You go to a high school graduation looking for a Latino child, but that's literally what they've been doing. People have been pushing back. They have been pushing back, and that's what part of the problem has been. Is they expect people just to take this, and people are not. The whole immigration issue, this is so long ago. I remember when I worked for Jimmy Carter, and this was literally a lifetime ago. I was in my early 20s, and we were looking at immigration policy then. And this is one of the most knotty issues, but nobody wants to tackle it. And so we're now a 30-year issue, 30-year challenge that we still haven't figured out. So there are a lot of people who are here illegally, but they work every day. They serve us. There are a lot of people here who are illegal who are not criminal. And then there are a lot of people who are legal, I don't know if it's a lot, who are criminal. There was a congressman from Texas on the air earlier, and he said, I want them to focus on the criminals, but don't focus on the people who are picking your lettuce, cleaning your lawn, cleaning your house. Don't focus on them. But that man, he says, we just got to get rid of all of them.
But Dr. J, can I jump in? I'm wondering if it's because he don't want us talking about Elon, because I heard on the news, and I know it was correct based on who was saying it, that Barack Obama got transported over 1 million people out of here, but evidently he did it quietly. He didn't make all this noise like this.
No, you're absolutely right. He is probably trying to keep us from talking about Elon, among other things. All this stuff is diversionary. He doesn't want to talk about the real news. The real news is that the economy, the World Bank says that the economy, if these tariff drama continues, the world economy will be worse than it's been since the 60s. That's what the World Bank is projecting. Mm-hmm. So he's sitting here talking about, you're basically performing. Just performing.
Yes. Like that show he used to be on. Instead of being the president, he's treating this like a show.
Exactly. And that's what lots of people are saying, that, this is just diversionary to keep us from getting to the truth. So, the immigration issue is not going to go away, but it's heating up. Over the weekend, Maxine Waters attempted to inspect one of the places where immigrants are being held, and they slammed the door in her face. They would not let her in. This is a member of Congress. Meanwhile, of course, that man wouldn't know the truth if it came by his house and had a meal with him. He said L.A. would be on fire if it wasn't for him.
He sure said it.
Today I've talked to 4 or 5 people who live in L.A. In fact, where the area is where I used to live in L.A., right downtown. I lived on 4th and Spring Street. I could walk over to that federal building. And what people are telling me is, no, it's not the whole city. It's not widespread. It's basically people are protesting the presence of ICE in their communities. So this is going to be a developing story, but it's top of the news right now, and it's going to be for a while because this is graduation season. How dare you go to a graduation intending to deport somebody? Now, that man made himself quite busy on Tuesday. He went to Fort Bragg, which is the largest military installation in the United States. It's in North Carolina, right outside of Fayetteville. He went there. Now, Fort Bragg, in 2021, Congress passed a law that says you cannot name military assets after Confederates. So that was Congress. So Fort Bragg was named after this man named Braxton Bragg, who owned over 110 slaves, who was brutal, and who lost every battle he fought just about. He was very, I don't know why they named anything after him in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. In 2023, they changed the name of Fort Bragg to Fort Liberty. However, they changed it back to Fort Bragg, but now they're saying, well, it's not after Braxton Bragg, the Confederate general. It's after a man named Roland Bragg, who was a World War II hero. So this is, the Hexpress think he slipped. But, we're going to name it after a war hero. But it still says Fort Bragg. And so there we have it. That man said he was going to, he listed other forts that were going to be names changed. They're going to, Robert E. Lee, the great, so-called great Confederate general, they're going to change his fort. They changed his fort to Greg Adams Fort after 2 black people. Now they're going to take that back. We could go down the list. One fort, it was Fort Gordon, after, again, a Confederate general. They changed it in 2022 to Fort Eisenhower, after a former president. I wonder if they're going to change that one back. But they basically going through and saying they're restoring these Confederates. But, that's because some of those people are Confederates. So they're restoring the Confederates. Now, so they're renaming the forts. Now, tomorrow, Saturday, we'll have the Great Parade, celebrating 250 years of the Army. This has been a dream of that man since he was first elected. He wanted to have a big parade. Mayor Bowser is concerned, and we all are, about the damage to Washington, D.C. streets, because this big parade, it's going to be tanks, soldiers, helicopters. The tanks are what are most concerning. Very, very difficult to have basic asphalt recover. They say they're going to put steel metal plates down so that the tanks don't damage the streets. We'll say on Sunday morning we'll see what the story is. But this is very concerning to have this humongous parade. Not only to mention, they keep talking about getting rid of fraud, waste, and abuse. Well, this parade is going to cost at least $45 million.
Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? On his birthday. On his birthday.
Yeah. Fraud, waste, and abuse.
Yeah.
That's what this is just insanity, but it's pretty much where we are. Congress has not made any. Am I running out of time? I always am.
Yeah, you are. Close in 1 minute if you can.
Sure. Well, after all this bad news, I just have to bring up something good. June is Black Music Month. In 1979, Kenny Gamble, this is Dana Williams, and another brother petitioned President Carter, and he established Black Music Month. In 2000, Bill Clinton made it absolutely official. And in 2009 and 2016, President Obama issued executive orders about Black Music Month. So, this is ironic to happen the same month that Sly and the Family Stone, Sly Stone made his transition. And, everybody loves It's a Family Affair.
Yeah.
There's so many songs that, he was just a bomb. My teenage years, early teenage years, were with that stuff in the background. Dance to the music. So it's Black Music Month. Go to the play, go to a concert, do something. We need these months. We need these times because we are under attack. But, Barack Obama in 2009 said, music allows us to imagine a better place and to try to get there together. That was the Obama quote. So keep that in mind.
Thank you, Dr. Julian. We'll talk to you again next week. Thanks for that great information. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
If it wasn't for my care coach at AmeriHealth, I probably wouldn't be so healthy right now. As a man, we don't get checkups or see a doctor regularly anyways. It's probably just a man thing because none of my partners go either. We know we should, but we just don't, and hope it works out.
So what changed for you?
AmeriHealth assigned me a care coach, somebody that gives one-on-one help, answer questions, explain things, and help set my appointments. She also helped me understand what having high blood pressure really means and ways to manage it so it doesn't kill me. It ain't nothing to play with. If you're a member of AmeriHealth, ask for a care coach. I'm glad I got mine.
At AmeriHealth, if you need a care coach, you can have one. Just call us at 1-877-759-6224 to get connected. 1-877-759-6224. This program is funded in part by the government of the District of Columbia Department of Healthcare Finance. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Washington and former religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a segregated Montgomery bus. In lectures on brotherhood, Ms. Parks often said, "People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired." But that wasn't true. I was not tired physically. I was not old. I was 42. No, the only tired I was tired of giving in. Driven out of Montgomery by harassment and death threats, Detroit, Michigan became her new home. Rosa Parks will always be remembered as the mother of the civil rights movement. Raised in the AME church, she once said, "I remember finding such comfort and peace while reading the Bible."
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at washingtoninformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information.
This is Frank Smith with the African American Civil War Museum in Washington, D.C., located at 1925 Vermont Avenue Northwest on the Green Line. Did you know that a recent study found that children who visit museums do better in school and in life than children who do not? So parents, teachers, and preachers, let's get moving. I promise you, if you bring your children to the African American Civil War Museum, they will be inspired by the images that they see. They will be impressed by our living history reenactors who are always available, and they will be involved in our scavenger hunt that takes them throughout our exhibit. That's the African American Civil War Museum, 1925 Vermont Avenue. Our hours are 10 to 6:30 on weekdays, 12 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. See it. Be inspired.
Thank you for tuning in to the Lyndia Grant Show. And we are back from our commercial break. Now we're going to go to our second guest. I am so pleased to have with us today from Ward 8, Anacostia. It is Children's Legacy Theater. They are hosting a play at the Kennedy Center, and it is called Until I'm Free, the Fannie Lou Hamer story. It's in celebration of Juneteenth. The president and executive director is Miss Jackie Carter, and Jackie's going to also have on with her a young lady who's playing Fannie Lou Hamer. Her name is Zakaria Manigault. Welcome to the show, Jackie and Zakaria. Jackie, would you go ahead and tell us all about this show that's coming up soon? Give us the date and all the details.
Wally Abdul Jamal, who just finished a run on Broadway of the Louis Armstrong story, where he played Louis Armstrong. So we're super excited that he decided to write this original play for Children's Legacy Theater, the story of Fannie Lou Hamer, Until I'm Free, which is going to present at the Kennedy Center Thursday, June 19th at 6 o'clock p.m. Tickets are free, so if you want to log on to our website at children'slegacytheater8.org, you can reserve your tickets there. So Children's Legacy Theater is a not-for-profit organization that works with teenagers ages 13 to 17, training them in all of the theater arts disciplines like acting, stage management, singing, choreography, dance, marketing, public relations, set design, light design, hospitality, prop making, and then we charge them with managing the productions that we present. In other words, our productions are 100% youth-led. We stage 4 productions a year, 2 main stage productions, which are plays written by established playwrights, and then the balance of our season, we produce plays actually written by our students.
Okay. And tell me what happened with the Fannie Lou Hamer one. How did that work out?
Fannie Lou Hamer was one of the things that we like to do is introduce our young people to their ancestors through our Black History presentations. So Fannie Lou Hamer was one of the people that we wanted to, under the ancestors that we wanted to make sure our young people knew about her and her work.
Amen. It's so good. Yes, it's a blessing because I love when she said, I get sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I understand you got the young lady there with you that's playing Fannie Lou Hamer. Let's hear from her too.
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about her, and then she can start.
So Zakaria Manigault has been working with Children's Legacy Theater for 3 years. She's 16 years old now, and she has, I'll let her talk about it in detail, but she's worked in a couple of different departments at Children's Legacy Theater, and we, sort of sought her out for this particular position, lead actor, playing Fannie Lou Hamer because of her tremendous talent. And I will introduce the world to Ms. Zakaria Manigault.
Thank you.
Welcome today. Welcome, Zakaria.
Hi. Thank you.
Tell us about how you feel about this play. Tell us what you're thinking.
Well, to be honest, I am overjoyed with the production of Fannie Lou Hamer Until I'm Free that's going up at the Kennedy Center, because me as a person, my own character, I have always been intrigued in theater, in the arts, in performing, and everything that has to do with that category. I have loved theater since I was a little girl. Maybe about 2nd grade, I was introduced into doing plays at my own elementary school. So from there, I believe my love of theater and acting just kind of sprouted, and it just became so humongous that it just completely overtook my body, as in me loving to just do it and perform that art. So I've always been intrigued with theater and the arts as a young child. So being able to perform and put on this production of Fannie Lou Hamer Until I'm Free with Miss Jackie Carter has been one of the best experiences of my life. For her to be able to give me this opportunity to not only sprout out into more talent and more people to not only network with others and to gain better experience with one of my favorite arts. It's been nothing but the best experience of my life. I have loved working with Miss Jackie since about, I want to say 2023. It has been one of the best things I've ever done, as in me knowing that I really enjoy theater and me getting a job and me getting another perspective as to into not only the theater world but the historical world as well. Ms. Jackie loves to sit down with us and talk to us about, as she said before, our ancestors, people who have paved the way for not only us but to be able to testify to our people, our African American community, and to just be overjoyed with everything that we love to do and how we love to give back. So being able to work with Ms. Jackie has been an amazing experience. I have gained many different talents, many different skill sets, working in many different departments and industries, and being able to work with her has just helped me to progress as a young lady.
All right, now I'm going to ask you something that maybe the others didn't, but they might have. Give us some of your favorite lines from the play.
I would have to say,
go into your character. Go into your character.
Okay. Here's one of my favorites.
Yeah, help the people want to come out and see you. Just make them want to come. Go ahead.
Okay, here's one of my favorites. Freedom is not something they're going to just put in your lap. You got to stand up. I've been out here a long time, and with all these people here, we got to be able to do something. We are tired of so many things. We've been down so long, we ain't got no other way to go but up. Amen?
Amen. Amen. That was great. I love it. I'm going to try to make sure I get there and bring my granddaughter and my daughter to see the play, too. Well, Jackie, go ahead and talk to us some more. This is not the first time I've had you all on the show, maybe for Zakara, but Jackie, I've known Jackie now for 20, 30 years. I met her at the Lincoln Theater years ago when I was the project director for the African American Civil War Memorial on U Street. And I like to let people know we go way back. And I thank Jackie, and God has truly blessed you, Jackie, to give you your purpose. And just like the young lady said, how you encourage them. Talk to us what you want to say in closing.
Yes, so I would like for our listening audience to know that Children's Legacy Theater is located in Ward 8. We are in the midst of financial struggles with the new budget cuts and everything that's coming down the pipe. So I would like people to know that they can go on our website and make a donation, a tax-deductible donation at children'slegacytheater8.org. Or you can call us at 202-710-7819 and also inquire about how to support Children's Legacy Theater. We
tell them about the play too. What date and time, and about free tickets.
Okay, so the tickets are available at children'slegacytheater8.org. You can go on our website, as soon as the website opens, you'll see Fannie Lou Hamer Until I'm Free. Hit the reserve ticket. It will take you straight to the Kennedy Center website to purchase a ticket. If you don't have an account with the Kennedy Center, you'll have to create an account, and then your ticket reservation will go through. The tickets are free. Thursday, June 19th, 6 o'clock p.m. at the Kennedy Center, located at 2300 F Street Northwest.
F is in Frank.
F is in Frank.
And are the tickets free or they're fee?
The tickets are absolutely 100% free. And it's
right.
2 tickets per email address. So if you want more tickets, just use a different email address to get more tickets. But they are free.
Very good, very good. How when they come, will you have someone there? I like to act like Reverend Jesse Jackson when he's at an event before he got sick. he would get money out the room. Is there any way you can collect some money at the show, or have people with buckets, or stop doing the show or intermission? I want to help you. I want to, if you hadn't thought about it, think of ways for people to give a donation at the show.
Yes, let me just address that. When you first arrive to the Lincoln, to the Kennedy Center, if you come in through the garage, you'll find our hospitality crew downstairs in black CLT T-shirts with the big giant black CLT logo on the front. You come up the escalator. Our young people will be there to guide you to the next elevator to go to the family theater. Our young people will welcome you when you get off the elevator to take you into the theater, where you can find a nice, comfortable seat. And yes, at the end of the production, at that hospitality table, you can make a donation right there. You can make you can scan your phone and make a donation using a QR code, or you can write us a check. We take checks, or you can also make a cash
Very
donation.
good. Very good. That is so wonderful. Well, I thank you for being my guest today, and I hope that this show, we're going to send you a copy of it.
And if when our listening audience hears this on Friday, they can still help us with our next production, The Meeting, which is a play that imagines a meeting between Dr. King and Malcolm X. You can certainly make a donation to support that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being my guest today, Jackie and Sakari. Looking forward to the production coming up next week, this Thursday at the Kennedy Center. Until I'm Free, the Fannie Lou Hamer story. It's in celebration of Juneteenth. All right. We thank you so much. Today is the 9th. I think we still have time. All right. That does it for our show this week. Thank you for tuning in to the Lyndia Grant Show.
Thank you for listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with your host, Lyndia Grant.